Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and today is a special coast to coast episode of the TMZ podcast because we have my good friend and TMZ news breaker, Jacob Wasserman, in New York. He's in New York live right now, and he's joining the podcast for us.
Wow. Well, first off, what an intro. Waster Boss. I've been called a lot of nicknames in my life. Waster Boss. I don't know if that was impromptu, but that's a first.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it. But I have to say, Charlie, I've had the pleasure of getting to be on TMZ Live over the years. I don't think I've been as excited to be on a show as the TMZ podcast. So it's a true honor. And thank you for having me in your home.
Well, we have been wanting you on for a while, and the fans have been asking, where's the Diddy reporter? We want the Diddy reporter.
Yeah.
And so finally, here he is, Jacob Wasserman. So I'm pleased to have you here, mate. We cherry-picked a few stories just for you.
Perfect.
Now, I know you're a smart guy. You know a thing or two about politics and all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to talk to you about this Jimmy Kimmel versus Trump thing has taken another turn because Trump ordered him fired again, and so Jimmy Kimmel clapped back hard. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about, I don't know if you saw this email I just sent in to the TMZ desk, but everyone's already raving about my send because I have the official odds for which celebrities may be named on the Epstein list. Official odds, official probabilities. And if you don't believe the probabilities, you can bet the under or the over. You know what I mean? Like you can bet the reverse.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna ask you who you think, what the odds are of each person being on there are. It's very interesting. And finally, we'll talk about my award-winning clip yesterday at LAX. I talked to Suki Hannah, who's like a rapper and she's in love and hip hop, and she gave me maybe my favorite soundbite I've ever got in my 13-year career at TMZ. And that's quite, she was amazing. So that's at the end. We're live on YouTube. So if you're out there, leave your comments if you want, and we can read them out at the end of the show. If you're listening somewhere else on Spotify, Apple, thanks for listening. Come and check us out on YouTube someday. We're live, 7:30 a.m. every morning. Pre-podcast starts at 7:20 a.m. Okay. Jimmy Kimmel, he probably fired at Donald Trump the hardest he's fired at him because he spoke to him directly down the lens of the camera. This is because Trump, again, tweeted that, he needs to be fired for bad ratings or whatever like that. And so Jimmy Kimmel just looked down the barrel and basically said, quiet piggy, as well as a bunch of other stuff. You see the clip, Jacob?
Yeah, well, it's not even that Donald Trump's calling for the end of Jimmy Kimmel's show. He's calling for the end of the ABC network. I mean, the White House sent out a press release earlier this week saying ABC is fake news, discounted entirely. So they've taken war now on this entire network. And what's so interesting about it, Charlie, is you got to keep in mind there was a huge lawsuit last year with George Stephanopoulos after he misspoke about Donald Trump on television, which led to a massive lawsuit, a massive settlement, which cost ABC millions of dollars. And it still seems like Trump has a massive gripe with the network and particularly with Kimmel.
But I think that this Kimmel versus Trump thing has just emboldened Kimmel. Like, I never used to really watch him, but now when I catch it, I'm interested to hear what he has to say. And he goes in so fucking hard at Trump. I don't know if he always has, but I think he's kind of upped the game. He's gone an extra level.
Absolutely. Well, 100%. And it also, I think what's so interesting about it is why does Trump care? I mean, not to say that Jimmy Kimmel is a small fry, because he's not. He has a late night show. He's big in the zeitgeist. But at the same time, it's not even the biggest late night television show. So why is Trump putting all his attention on what Jimmy Kimmel has to say? And to your point, it's like the best thing that's ever happened to his show, because now people who are part of the resistance or anti-Trump, they're tuning in because they think that Kimmel is standing with them in this fight.
Right.
And in last night's show, he said to Trump, I'll leave when you leave. So he's putting his career on the line. He's stepping it up a notch, and a lot of people are loving him for it.
Yeah, totally. I think it's just also one of those places. The Kimmel audience has been wild too. And it just makes me think that I feel like people go there to be around similar people and to be able to scream and shout and like cheer for your team.
Wait. You think people are going to like a Jimmy Kimmel taping the same way they're going to like a political rally?
You don't think so? You don't think anyone's like, he's a cult hero right now? And do you watch his like cold opens when he has to shut them up because they won't? It's like he is, and Kay, you're gonna laugh at this. It's like he might be our Zelensky.
I get what you're trying to say because you're saying, okay, here's a comedian who's become very political, who's somewhat of like a man of a people. But let's be very clear. Zelensky is actually the president of a country that's been in war for several years. Jimmy Kimmel is, I guess, leading the culture war somewhat for the resistance against Trump.
Oh, I'm not saying they're apples to apples right now, but it seems like he's a like. Is it preposterous? Is it preposterous that Jimmy Kimmel runs in 2028? Is it out of the question?
I love the question.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. It's because I don't see anyone right now in the Democratic Party as far as politicians go. Like, there's not a true front runner. A lot of people would say it's Gavin Newsom, but we know that he carries a good amount of baggage. And in my view, it has to be a celebrity right now who's going to be if they can take down Trump, you have to turn to someone famous. And the person that I've always thought would be like the best to take on Trump would be Jon Stewart, who isn't that far away from Jimmy Kimmel. I think Jon Stewart is a little bit better at threading the needle between both parties and also has done a lot of advocacy work for victims of 9/11 and has done a lot of political advocacy. Jimmy Kimmel, on the other hand, I mean, is really just taking on Trump on his show, which isn't nothing. But I don't know how electable he would be for a nationwide presidential election.
True. They've probably got long odds, both of them, right now. Long odds. Which leads me to our next story. Man, this just came across my desk this morning, and so I sent it across the TMZ desk. And now, man, it's just very interesting. We have the official odds and thus probabilities of what celebrities and important people.
Who's putting out these odds?
So this is Polymarket, right?
Okay.
Which is, it's a reputable online site. So, but also what I'm saying, Wasserman, is if you don't believe any of these odds, right? If I'm going to read out any name and percentage that you think is like, that's crazy, you can bet the opposite, bro. Like, put your money where your mouth is. This is what people genuinely think. And if you don't believe it, go online, bet the opposite. You might be rich. Okay.
Well, to be clear, Polymarket, it's not like a sports book, like a Caesars. Polymarket is a marketplace online where you were able to, like you said, bet or kind of buy stock in a certain item, and you can trade it amongst a group of other people.
Right. You bet yes or no on things, all right?
Yeah, so these aren't odds that are being put up by, I would say, like very reputable odds makers, but they are odds that are floating online.
They're odds that you could bet on right now if you think that it's more or less. Anyway, let me read the names. Tom Hanks. Any guesses what percentage he?
No.
43% Tom Hanks in the Epstein files. Ellen DeGeneres is at 49%. 50-50 for Ellen DeGeneres. Alec Baldwin, 42%. This one's kind of funny. Stephen Hawking's in there. 36% chance of being in the Epstein file, Stephen Hawking. Elon Musk is a 22% chance. Jimmy Kimmel himself, 15% chance. Leonardo DiCaprio, 13% chance. Oprah's in here too. 23% chance for Oprah. So I just think it's really interesting.
I don't. Personally,
okay. Give your opinion.
I don't.
Okay.
No, I get what you mean. I think a lot of people, it's whenever there's like a big issue, like I'll relate it back to like the Diddy case, right?
Oh, Diddy's on
Like,
here too, man. Like 3% or something.
sure, but you know, it's like the Diddy trial was incredibly sensitive, incredibly horrific stuff, and it was focused about Diddy allegedly taking women against their will and having them participate in these long sex escapades with him that lasted for days, that were fueled with drugs and alcohol, and it's really like you know, bad stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people would make light of it and be like, oh, who's invited to the Diddy party? You know, what celebs we're inviting, as if it's like people are raging. And what we're talking about here is like crimes, really serious ones. And I feel like that's what people are doing here with Epstein, is we're talking about child molestation. Like, you know, truly sex trafficking. I mean, some of like the worst things you could possibly some of the worst crimes you could possibly face, and people are making light of it and being like, oh, well, I bet like Tom Hanks and Ellen were there. It's like, I don't think it's fair to them, and I don't think it's like good practice. I know I might
bro,
sound,
I'm fucking shell shocked right now.
I know.
Like,
I know I might sound like too serious.
Oh, forget it.
Like,
we can just scrap the tape. Should we just scrap it? Like, am I the problem with the country? Are you telling me that I'm the problem with the country?
I'm not saying that you're the problem with the country. I'm saying like, this isn't my flavor, and this isn't like, I don't think it's fair to like these celebrities. I mean, think about it, Charlie. What if you were you know, you're already a podcast extraordinaire, you blow up, you become this massive star, and then it's like you're going about your day and you look online and people are like, oh, Charlie Cotton, like he has 25% chance of like being in the Epstein. And meanwhile, like, you didn't do anything about that. Why is it fair for you to be invoked in that? So I think, again, I'm not into conspiracies. I'm not into like dragging people's name across the mud when they've like done nothing to deserve it. So my view, I feel bad for all these people that are being put up on Polymarket when there's really nothing, when this has nothing to do with them potentially at all.
Well, I mean, thank you for your very convincing and passionate argument. And, you know, I agree with, you know, the sentiment of it all. But like, you know, this world is just totally screwed up, and there's lots of different things, and we gamify everything, like increasingly so. Everything's a game. And so like, I think it's interesting. It's interesting to me that, you know, people are willing, there's been like $13,000 worth of bets on just Oprah Winfrey alone, right? So there's quite a few people on like betting on, is she or not going to be, and it's not if she was one of the like the crime people. What do you call crime people again?
Yeah. Criminals. Crime people.
It's like maybe she went on, like maybe she met him for like a coffee one time, and it had nothing. Like, maybe is her name going to be mentioned at all? You know, I just think, you know, just go with.
You're right.
I like how moral you are. I like how pearl clutchy you are. We would have a good like tag team, because like you're like a moral high ground, and I'm just like in the gutter, in the sewer.
No, I'm not trying to act like I'm on like a different moral plane than you are.
You kind of are.
And I'm not. And I say it as, listen, I'm deep online like you. I see all this stuff that's put on like Kalshi and Polymarket. Yeah. And I know that people, including a lot of friends of mine, are addicted to gambling. And they will bet on things like, is Oprah on the Epstein files? And it's like, that's not a good way for us to be living. Like, we shouldn't be putting our hard-earned money on BS props like this. And we're all falling victim to it. And we should call it out when we see it.
I love that, bro. This feels like a therapy session as well. I feel like I've grown a lot during this segment.
Hey, you know, here I was thinking we were just gonna have a fun chat on a podcast. Yeah. Little do I know it's turning into a therapy.
You're like on the couch. I need to be the one like lying down on the couch while you.
Yeah. Someone said that baseball cap guy is getting a bit preachy.
Oh,
yeah, no, and listen, wow, I hear you. I hear you. So to who comment is, I'm not, again, once again.
Be you.
No,
say your point. Good.
100%. I am who I am.
Yes.
But I also never want to come off generally, and I'm not even saying it for the sake of the podcast, like I know so much more than everyone else does. And like, because I don't. But in terms of this conversation, it's like, Yeah, Charlie
I-
asked me what I think. I think this stuff is bad, and I
Good.
don't think like we should fall into the conspiracy.
Good for you, man. Okay, final segment. I had to indulge myself because I got like maybe my favorite soundbite ever, and I've been doing this job 13 years, so it takes a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like my favorite soundbite ever. I saw Suki Hana. She's from Love and Hip Hop. I'm not really familiar with Love and Hip Hop that much, but she's just like, she was all looking great in a wheelchair. And someone told me Suki Hana. So I quickly researched. It was her birthday. It was just her birthday a couple days ago. So I was like, I'm going to ask her about her birthday and stuff like that. And also, I'm going to ask, did the birthday party lead to what we're seeing now, her in the wheelchair? So we're going to play the clip now. But Jacob, I've been instructed to tell you it's very important. You don't talk during the clip and for a couple seconds afterwards, okay? We're going to play the clip now. Thank you very much. Take it away, Miguel. You did it up so much that you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I got work. I can't work. I can't walk or nothing.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
I'm a feet, bust it out. You want feet? It costs extra.
Wow, that must have been the best birthday. That must have been the best birthday ever. Bro, I was speechless. So Suki Hana, basically, she's like I think she's a comedic genius. I don't know. She's just so funny. If you didn't catch that, she said, I got effed so hard last night. I'm not going to lie. I got some good birthday D. So I can't walk or nothing. And then we beeped over it. But she said that her behind is busted out. Wanna see. Bro, I'd never met this girl before. It's just like, I was speechless. Like, I don't know what my follow-up is supposed to be when she goes, wanna see? Jacob, initial reactions.
My initial reaction is round of applause for you in the sense of this clip performed extremely well for us yesterday. Good. And was talked about before I came on this podcast, was talked about amongst staff on how well it did. So congrats to you and your street journalism. I'm not just patting you on the back. Listen, people like to celebrate their birthdays in different ways. For me, maybe I'm a little bit more of a prude. I like, just some pizza and ice cream for me, but to each their own. And it seems like, as long as it's you're enjoying yourself and everyone's having a good time, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Has any girl ever said something like that about you? I was just wondering.
How did I know? I just knew you were winding up. I could literally see it. It's like a Jack in a Box. It's like there was a you want to go back to Poly Market, there was a 90, you could have bought it at 95 cents that you would have asked. Oh, so Jacob, you know what? I wouldn't pin me as that guy. Okay. Personally, I don't think
emphasis on the word pin.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Let's read out some of your comments that you might have been leaving for a little while now. We're going to get rid of the Jake.
Bringing up comments here.
Oh, Branson subbing in for a second. Bringing up some comments, guys.
Sorry,
Bear
just,
with us.
letting them know,
We're on Zoom right now.
Our first Zoom podcast co-host.
Look, I kind of like it. Jacob, if you want to do a podcast together, like we call it Coast to Coast. Like, fill in the rest. Call it Coast
Listen.
to Coast.
I just want to start off as an intern and like climb my way up the ladder. So I'm honored to be here.
It's been a strong start. Have we got the comments or no?
Yeah. We're moving them in because you got to move Jacob out of the way and then move the comments back in. All right, go ahead.
Is Jacob still allowed to talk?
Yeah,
stuff?
Of course.
Okay,
go ahead, Charlie.
All right. So on the Jimmy Kimmel, Billy and the Hoodoos says, Dodger dude is right. Jon Stewart is way more legit electables and often less comedic with his critique, his digs at Trump. I'll vote for Stewart, no question. Okay. Billy and the Hoodoos agree with you, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's like Jon Stewart has not only just like a certain appeal about him when it comes to comedy, but also just the smarts too. I mean, it almost seems like he's a political major with a comedy minor maybe like the inverse is true for like a Jimmy Kimmel who was on like Howard Stern and was a stand-up for a long time and is now kind of gotten more into politics.
The answer is like for who you think is most electable is who would you most like to have a beer with? For any politician, female, male, any age, would you like to have a beer with them? That is usually the person who will win. And for me, that's Jimmy Kimmel.
Completely agree.
Adrian Castaneda says Kimmel leads nothing. We must listen to celebrities because that worked so well last time. Laugh, 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 laugh. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe celebrities do nothing. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I think he has a great point in that it turned a lot of people off on how much the Democrats were leaning into celebrity endorsements. I mean, for the 2024 election, we saw Beyonce, Eminem, so many more come out for Kamala. And what did it do? Nothing. At that same point, though, Donald Trump, apprentice turned president. So celebrity still holds value there.
Rinak Andrews says the tirades of Kimmel are hilarious and surely it hits a nerve with Trump. But Jon Stewart's another one that Rinak likes watching. He's funny. And they say that the Philippines politics is way worse. Go on.
Just a quick idea.
Yeah.
Maybe Kimmel right now is like true persona non grata for Trump. Right below that, Stephen Colbert, who's already been axed and is going to be out of a job in May.
Oh, so
Colbert, Jon Stewart. I mean, dude, you got to keep in mind, Jon Stewart gave Colbert his career. They started on The Daily Show together. Ticket.
You keep saying Colbert, isn't it Colbert?
Colbert.
Isn't there an L in there?
It's silent.
The L is silent as well as the T?
Come on.
It's Colbert?
This is like Charlie.
I'm with you. I thought it was Colbert.
I thought it was Colbert.
No, it's supposed to be like a joke. His real name is Stephen Colbert, and for his his professional name or stage name, it's like silent, like French, like Colbert. This is how it's always been.
I didn't know. Okay, wow. Now I will.
With all that said, Colbert's out of work. Stewart, we can all agree, would be a pretty competitive choice. Stewart, Colbert, ticket.
I like it. Could happen. We had a poll. Whose side are you taking? 89% Team Kimmel, 4% Team Trump, 7% didn't care. Okay. Some miscellaneous comments. David Horse, happy rainy Friday, TMZ. Thank you, David Horse. What's the weather like over there in New York? Is it all right?
It's a little cloudy, but feeling good this morning,
Yes, feeling good. Eminem 3479 says, you two have a great back and forth. Really keeping the topics moving along. See, I mean, I almost think you're too smart for this podcast, Jacob.
No, stop. Again,
I like break my brain. Like it's too early in the morning over here.
Charlie, you are driving the car and I'm like in the back seat, like in the trunk, just like thankful that I like was able to hitch a ride.
Right. You give me Timothée Chalamet vibes, actually. Something about you gives me Timothée Chalamet vibes.
Wow. All right. Honestly, I feel like maybe, you know what? Candidly. I think the light is hitting me particularly well right now because to prep for this, I set up a Zoom light, which is out of frame. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm like, whatever my like scale is 1 to 10 on looks is at least getting a 1.5 point increase.
And look how modest the guy is too. Look, I mean, smart, good looking, modest. Look at him. Oh, it's just the lighting. Come on, man. Finally, traveling Tyler forever leaves a comment. I'm eating chicken nuggets. So thanks for your comment there, Tyler. We appreciate
Is it Dino Nuggets?
Are you a Dino Nugget fan?
Who's not? You're not?
They're for kids, bro.
Dino Nuggets.
Oh man! Don't be ageist about Dino Nuggets, man. Dino Nuggets.
Didn't know that.
If you wanted to make a quick ranking on like after school, after work snack, like the 5 p.m. snack, I'd put Dino Nugget top 3. I'd maybe put like taquitos for if you ever go Trader Joe's in that top category. And as we all know, Totino's pizza rolls. You know, not an ad, but just
pizza rolls. Have you guys tried pizza bagels though?
Anything with pizza. in the
Yeah.
name.
Let me tell you something about pizza bagels. There's a really fine line between it being good to eat and it to being burnt and like it's too hard, and you got to really be skilled with the oven.
And the undercooked ones don't do good either.
Yeah, it's too
Are the pizza
difficult.
bagels better in New York? You know what I mean? They say about pizza.
Yeah,
bagels?
no, of course
Yeah.
it's on a different plane, and I know that's like not groundbreaking, but truthfully, just the food scene overall from LA to New York, it's apples to oranges.
Well, we miss you, mate. We really do.
Miss you too. I feel more connected just being on this Zoom with you. I mean, you look beautiful in the studio. I'm by the way, I mean, this feels like I'm in like an insane asylum right now. Just got these blank walls. I'm looking pale. There's been no sun here. Just put up this couching for some little more color detail. But thank you for brightening my day.
Well, no worries at all. And let's hope that Devin's away more often, huh?
Listen, I'm happy to come off the bench whenever you want.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you, Jacob Wasserman. And thank you, everybody, for joining.